Anata no Shikihime Kyoudoutan is a JRPG by Nippon Ichi Software for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Nintendo Switch that will be localized on March 15 of next year as the Princess Guide for the PS4 and Switch. In this game, you control a very skilled and experienced knight who receives requests to work as an instructor for 4 different princesses. Liliarty is a gluttonous princess. She wants to slay a dragon who is terrorizing her lands, so she can eat it.
祝福のドラ敵よ、国民に!
Veronica is a princess and the leader of the strongest magic guild, and now she wants to take over the world.
そろそろ世界征服しようかなって思ってさ。
Monomaria is a princess from a broken family of the desert lands, and she wishes to rebuild her noble family.
肉が2枚も入っているぞ。なんて贅沢な夕食なんだ。
And finally, Alpana, the princess of the Dragon King race. She is on a mission to bring salvation to all the people through her religion.
そう、救済を。
At first, you will play a mini-campaign for each of the 4 princesses. And after that, you need to choose just one of them to follow for the rest of the game. But it doesn't take too long for the paths to cross.
ベロニカ殿、あなたはなぜシドノの膝の上に座っておられるのか。
And at one point, you will get all the 4 princesses on your team at the same time. Even though there are a few serious events in this game,
ほら、報酬を拾えばいいわ。はい、つくばりなさいな。
most of the story is comical and whimsical, much like most of the Nippon Ichi games.
ケロ！そこで虫でも食べて休憩しときな。
And this is pretty clear just by looking at the presentation. The UIs and the menus use very bright colors. And during events, characters are animated in a very bizarre way, which gives the impression that they are having an epileptic seizure.
そう伝えてくださった直後、苦しげなうめき声とともにその場で倒れてしまわれて、原因は食べ過ぎでした。笑うところ。
When you start a new game, you get to customize your main character a little bit, and you can even pick a personality type, which can change a few dialogue scenes. During the main campaign, there will be moments where you get to praise or scold your princess.
まあね、当然。そりゃ私だって礼ぐらい言うよ。人生初だけど。
You can also praise or scold your princess during battles, which will boost their attributes or recover their HP. But if you are unfair with your judgment, they might feel that they don't deserve it, which will only give you a very small boost.
どういうことです？
When you praise or scold your princess during the story portions, it doesn't change the events all that much, but this will give them a new materia. In other words, new subjects to study. You can also get materia during battles by fulfilling certain requirements. There is a special menu where you can teach those materia to the princesses.
それくらい知ってるよ。嘘だけど。
Which will make them stronger and can even unlock mini-games. At first glance, the gameplay looks like a very basic 2D overhead action RPG, but the real depth in the battle system is on the soldier units that your characters control. They come in many different types, and even have separated levels and attributes. You can command your soldiers to use special attacks and to manipulate relics. Relics are scattered across dungeons, and they can be stage hazards or healing points.
やりました、騎士様。
It would be an understatement to say that those soldiers are vital assets to attain victory in this game. However, your soldiers are very clumsy. When you dodge an attack, they do not dodge together with you. Instead of that, they usually just stay still or walk towards enemy attacks. As a result, It's really easy for them to die, and it's very complicated to revive them. As if this wasn't enough, when you are all alone without any of your soldiers left, you lose the ability to dodge. Why? I don't know. It's not like they ever tried to explain it or anything. Maybe the princess got so depressed over the death of her subordinates that she just forgot how to dodge. To be more specific, when you have no soldiers left, you are forced to get into the fighting stance. In this stance, you don't have a dodge move. In its place, you get new special attacks. But unfortunately, most of those are not very useful. And that's not all. If you try to complete main missions without grinding, using only your normal abilities and equipment, the result can be a disaster. And the action can be very confusing, because everything is so tiny, and there are so many characters moving so fast, with projectiles, explosions and traps everywhere. It can be very difficult to even find your character in the middle of all that shit. I like this game's concept. I like its story, aesthetic, soundtrack, character design. I even like every single one of the characters. But its grindy heavy nature and unpolished gameplay were two big stinkers to me, which made me appreciate the game much less. With that said, if you want to turn a blind eye for those problems and just want to play the game for the characters, stories and everything else, you don't need to endure for that long, as the game is relatively short. It shouldn't take much longer than 20 hours to finish all the 4 campaigns and the secret true campaign that unlocks after that. So, if you are a very patient person who loves JRPGs and cutesy graphics, I think you might like this game. Just maybe. And that's it for this review. But if you still have any more questions about the Princess Guide, or if you have suggestions for future reviews, just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye. Kengo Kawanishi, holy shit! You are a beast!